If acting is reacting, one of the things most often missing, and oftentimes when there is a movie star is given a lead, you should read these scripts that are written for movie stars to lead. They're awful. We call them vehicles. And even the movie star themselves knows this is not a great script. This is like showing me off in this role. To react, you must listen. And sometimes it might be as simple as that. It's not going right, you observe, and you see that one of your actors is not in fact listening to the other actor. They're thinking about, what do I say next? God, I hope my hair looks okay. I'm kind of uncomfortable. I hope lunch is soon. And just go as the director and ask them please to listen to their acting partner. It could open a door for them.
Have you been afraid? And if you have been afraid, was there something like two souls in you, and one soul was saying, I love that, and the other soul was like really afraid and telling you, no, don't do that?
Well, I know what you're speaking of because we do all have the image that we've seen in many films, one little angel on our shoulder and one little devil on the other. And hopefully we get to learn to listen to the small voice inside ourselves and tell the other two to fuck off. So, no, yes, terrified at times. But what an actor learns to do, and perhaps why it might be a good idea to hire an actor rather than a non-actor, is that we learn to harness that nervy energy. And I don't know an actor who is not, some of them sort of say, oh yeah, no, I don't have any technique, I just go in and I do it. But I'm not going to believe them that they don't have that nervy feeling. And all you learn to do is to harness it. It might help you in the scene. And then to have technique is to remember all sorts of things. Things about not clenching your jaw and hitting your mark. And the things that are pretend that you must believe are real. You know, I'm standing over the hospital bed and my son is dying, but this is not my son and he's not dying. But it really helps that we're in a hospital and he's lying in the bed and he's not sitting there going, right? It's better if he looks a little bit like he's about to die. It helps me. So as much as can be real, or as real as possible, then helps that process. But point being, you don't have time to listen to these two nonsenses, and they're not going to help you anyway. So the key to that is what we at the Actors Studio call the work. I was shooting The Fighter. It was a very hard shoot for me in many ways. I prefer not to go into that. And Amy Adams, bless her heart, was a guardian angel to me in it and would say, come on, Melissa, it's not so bad, come on. And one day we went for a drive in Massachusetts and she wanted to see Salem, Massachusetts, where they burned the witches, and she'd never been. And we went to see the sea. She'd never seen the Atlantic. And we had a lovely day, and one of the things during that day was she kept on trying to get me to knit, and I kept on saying to her, well, I did that when I was a kid. I'm not a very good knitter. I can't do anything else on the set. Don't make me knit. And in Salem, she got me into a knitting shop, and I bought some yarn and needles, and it turns out that Meryl Streep, when they were working together the first time, said, Amy, come here. And took Amy into her trailer and taught her how to knit. And it is something I do on sets and airplanes, and when I can't be doing something else, but I want to be able to be present, like being in the class listening. It keeps me quiet. I don't make a sweater, because when you make a sweater, you must count and have a pattern and remember. I make little pieces. And this will be my 4th full-sized blanket when I sew them all together.
Okay, thank you very much.